Hello, students. Today we are doing our additional lesson 25. And we are going to train our grammar and listening skills, talking about survival stories. Look at the picture. What sport was the man doing, by the way, when I was taking his picture? Yes, you are right. He was snowboarding. And I was really shocked about his skills. While I was watching him, he was twisting and jumping on his board. It was amazing. As you can guess, we are going to practice the past continuous tense today. What are our tasks and goals for today's lesson? We're going to review the past continuous tense. Do you remember that it shows the past action in progress? We're going to listen and to understand different stories. We're going to fill in the past continuous forms in the sentences. And of course, our main goals are to talk, to present a story by pictures, and to ask and answer questions looking at the pictures. Let's get started. So first, we train our vocabulary that we are going to use during the lesson. Listen and repeat after the speakers.
Unit 6, Track 35, Page 38, Activity 1. Listen and say.
An avalanche. Bungee jump. Buried. A harness. A parachute. Search. Skydive.
Okay, there are some other words in your vocabulary in your worksheet. Look and read with me. Drift. Drift. Survive. Survive. Okay, now we can continue and do our first exercise. Our first exercise is a story, a first story of survival. Listen and pay attention on different tenses that are used in this story. What tenses are used and why?
Unit 6, Track 37, Page 38, Activity 2. Read and listen.
At 3 p.m. on the 12th of November 2007, David Jones was skydiving. It was a clear day and the sun was shining. David and his instructor were falling from the plane. Everything was going well, and the plane was turning round to return home. Then David tried to open his parachute, but it didn't open. A witness was watching from the ground and said, "One of the skydivers was turning round and round. He wasn't using his parachute." David was falling from the sky at 190 kilometers per hour. Eventually, he landed in some bushes. He broke his ankle, but he survived. It was a 1 in a million chance.
Okay. What tenses are used in this story? Was skydiving. What tense is that? The past continuous tense. Why it is used? Because David was doing this action at this time. So the past continuous tense shows the action in progress. What other tense is used to talk about past actions? Tried. Then David tried to open his parachute, but it didn't open. What tense is it? The past simple tense. You're right. What does it show? It shows a short action that happened in the past. When do we use the past continuous? We use the past continuous to talk about actions in progress at a specific time in the past. The actions start before the time and finish after it. For example, at 3 o'clock, he was skydiving. The plane was flying. The sun was shining at that time. It can also show the background situation at the same time, at the time of a story. For example, the sun was shining. The sun was shining. It wasn't raining. The weather was fine. To form the past continuous, we use was and were, the verb to be in the past, and in form of an action verb. Don't forget that we use only action verbs in the past continuous tense. Look at the affirmative forms. He was skydiving. How can you tell negatively? He was skydiving. He fill in. He wasn't using his parachute. What is affirmative for plural? They fell. They were falling. What is negative for that? They weren't turning around. So we just use the verb to be and put not to the verb to be when we tell a negative sentence. Correct. Did you feel right? Wasn't and were. Very good. We can continue. Do you remember this story about David? Let's listen again. And then, while you are listening, circle the best suitable answer.
Unit 6, Track 37, page 38, Activity 2. Read and listen.
At 3 p.m. on the 12th of November 2007, David Jones was skydiving. It was a clear day and the sun was shining. David and his instructor were falling from the plane. Everything was going well, and the plane was turning round to return home. Then David tried to open his parachute, but it didn't open. A witness was watching from the ground and said, "One of the skydivers was turning round and round. He wasn't using his parachute." David was falling from the sky at 190 kilometers per hour. Eventually, he landed in some bushes. He broke his ankle, but he survived. It was a 1 in a million chance.
Okay, I think the exercise is quite easy. Let's check your answers. Were you right? I think yes. So we use was talking about one thing or one person. We use were talking about plural, about many people and many things. And let's continue. Our next exercise is a story of survival in the mountains. First, look at the pictures that were taken at different time in the past and mark the sentences true or false. Look and compare. At 9:30, Sarah was putting on her skis. Is that right? No, that's false. She was going skiing. Look at the picture. She has her skis on. At 9:45, she was traveling up the mountain by cable car. Is that right? Yes, it's true. Look, in the picture, we have the time, 9:45, and we can see Sarah sitting in a cable car. What was she doing at that time yesterday? She was watching mountain scenery, and she was amazed. What was she holding in his hands? She was holding her skis in his hands. She was skiing at 10 o'clock. Is it true? Yes, it's true. Look. We can see her skiing down the mountain. The avalanche wasn't moving down the mountain at 10:30. Is it true? It's 10:30 and we can see the avalanche was moving at that time. Is it this sentence true? No, it's false. Rescue workers were searching for Sarah at 10:45. Is it true? Yes, we can see rescue workers and they are digging Sarah out of the snow. So they were searching for Sarah. At 11 o'clock, she was traveling to hospital. Is it true? Yes, we can see Sarah in a sled. Check your answers. Was it easy to do? Okay. Now look at these pictures in your worksheet and make a story about Sarah Andrews and about her day skiing in the mountains. Complete the sentences with the past continuous forms of the verbs given in brackets. Then listen and check. If you need some more time to complete your exercise, please stop the video. And now we are going to check. Listen to the story and check your answers. Were you right putting the verbs from the brackets into the past continuous tense, the tense that shows continuous long period action in the past? Listen and check.
Unit 6, Track 38, page 40, Activity 2. Listen and check.
At 10 o'clock on Monday morning, Sarah Andrews was skiing down Blackcomb Mountain in Whistler, Canada. It wasn't snowing, but it was very cold. Some friends were skiing with her. Suddenly, she looked up. The snow was moving towards her very quickly. Her friends couldn't help because they were trying to ski away. Soon, Sarah was buried under the avalanche. At 10:45, rescue workers were searching for her, but they weren't looking in the right place. Sarah dug a hole in the snow near her mouth and was able to breathe. She was screaming, but no one could hear her. Finally, a special search dog found Sarah. She was alive and well.
I think the exercise wasn't very difficult. Look, how did you write the forms in your worksheet? Were you right? Now we can continue our lesson. We're going to listen to a boy that was doing another extreme sport. Look at him and in his picture. Listen and find out different past tenses. What is this dialogue about?
Unit 6, Track 39, page 42, Activity 1. Read and listen.
I called you at 3 o'clock yesterday. Were you playing basketball?
No, I wasn't. I was bungee jumping.
Wow, that's really dangerous, isn't it? Were you wearing a helmet?
Yes, I was. I was also wearing a harness. It was really exciting.
It sounds fun. Was the sun shining?
Yes, it was. It was really warm and sunny.
Were your parents watching?
Only my dad was watching. Mum was too scared.
What tenses are used in this dialogue? Cold. What tense is it? It's the past simple. Why it is used? In this sentence, we have the particular time at 3 o'clock yesterday. Why it is used? We usually use the past continuous tense at the particular time. Yes, because it was a short action. He called his friend. And another tense that is used here, it is the past continuous tense that shows the action in the past, the action in progress. There are a lot of sentences in the past continuous tense because the friend asked a lot of different questions about the actions that his friend did yesterday. How do we put questions in the past continuous tense? The auxiliary verb is the verb to be in the past simple. So we put it before the subject. That's all. And we use the auxiliary verb was or were in our short answers. Let's see at the table. Were and was we put before the subject. And we use was and were, wasn't and weren't in our short answers. Now I can say about your home task, which you can send by different services. Using pictures, make a story about boys who went fishing once. Record your story and send it to me. Your other task is to make questions by the other picture and answer them orally. Record your questions and answers looking just at the pictures. Don't write. I wish you good luck and I'm waiting for your answers. Goodbye and have a nice day.